Today we're going to teach you 20 things you don't know about us.
Way up north in the state of Alaska lives a man, his wife, and kids. And this dude, he lives like hella because that's the way he is.
What's up, guys? So today, honestly, Kristen and I didn't vlog.
Vacation day.
It was a vacation day, and it was awesome. We didn't do anything. So, okay, my first one. I have a brother. And I didn't realize that the internet didn't know that. So yes, I have a brother. I also have a sister. As a matter of fact, I have 3 sisters. But here's how it works. So my stepdad married my mom when I was 10 years old. Yeah. And he had a boy and a girl. So they were my stepbrother and stepsister. My stepbrother and I, we were pretty close growing up, until, of course, we were like 18 years old. And we just did a lot of crazy things.
Did you get in trouble?
Oh, we got in lots of trouble. Lots of trouble. We rode motorcycles. We just go,
Mischievous.
Just do a lot of crazy stuff. But we were very much like outdoors people. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I know he's got a lot of kids now, and he's living just up in the mountains somewhere in California. And I think he's doing okay.
Yeah.
Last I heard, he should be doing okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. So your turn.
All right. So my first one is that maybe like 3 years ago, I crashed an $8 million wedding. It was like one of the biggest weddings Las Vegas had ever seen, and I snuck my way in. I was going to the Grand Canyon, and I decided instead of just like flying and renting a car and driving to the Grand Canyon, I would fly to Las Vegas and then take one of those little planes. Mm-hmm. They do tours of the Grand Canyon. So I stayed in one night in Vegas. And I was talking with one of my buddies, and he's like, well, I'm in Vegas. I'm going to a wedding. It's like, hey, I'm going to go with you. But here's the thing. This wedding was a traditional Indian wedding. So it's like 5 nights long, and every single person was wearing like beautiful traditional Indian like saris and all the garb. And I went to this wedding in like a t-shirt and jeans. And it was so, like, the bride came up to me and she's like, "Hi, do I know you?"
Didn't you say it was like an elephant or something crazy like that?
So this wedding, it was $8 million, and the groom, they shut down was it Las Vegas Boulevard? I don't know, the big main street in Las Vegas. They shut it down, and he rode an elephant down the main street in Vegas and up to the Bellagio, and then got off the elephant. Anyway, when I was there, they rented out like the entire Cosmopolitan like pool area and had this huge party and these dancers and this food, and I got henna done. Nice. And it was amazing. But I was not supposed to be there, and everybody knew it. But nobody kicked me out.
Because as long as you're having fun and you're not causing any trouble,
I was just eating their food. And
dude, they got so much. If they can like
$8 million. Here's the kicker about this wedding. It goes on and on, the amazing things about this wedding, and I'm so grateful that I snuck in. Most of the family was coming from India, right? Mm-hmm. So the father of the bride rented two 747s and flew everyone from India to Las Vegas.
I'm just saying, if you have enough money to walk an elephant down Las Vegas Strip, you're set.
Right?
That's crazy. That is
cool wedding.
Crazy. All right. Something you guys don't know about me. I can make armpit farts without touching my my armpits. Ready? Of course, and this shirt's hard. It's random. I used to do this in class all the time to like mess with teachers because I'd be sitting there doing my test, and in California it's a lot hotter. So like if it's coming up on finals, I'd be like, and I can do it with both arms. So I could like do it in stereo. I can do it in stereo. Another cool thing I can do, which is kind of in the same sort of area, is when I'm swimming, I can trap water in there and casually walk out of the pool like a minute later and spray somebody in the face perfectly. It's great. It's a really nice talent to have if you want somebody to go away.
Good skill. Weirdo.
Right, your turn.
I have fed a baby bear. And I've also fed a baby lion, and I fed a baby...
Chow.
Oh, yeah.
You fed a baby chow.
She's the best.
Nobody can say they've ever fed a baby chow. Well, actually, I could say I fed a baby
now
chow.
He has. Yeah. There's a wildlife safari in Arkansas, close to where I grew up, and it was my grandparents' favorite place to take people, but they would rescue, like, animals. So if someone, you know, bought a bear, you're not allowed to have bears in the United States, so they would rescue the bears. And anyway, when we were there, they had these baby bears, and so I got to hold them and feed them the bottle, and they had these big claws, and it was very cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I've never fed a bear. I can't say that. Actually, I've never even touched a bear alive.
Really?
I've been like this close to a bear, but I've never.
That's pretty close.
That's pretty close. Pretty close. All right, this one, I have in fact burned water. I used to be that bad of a cook where I actually burned water. It's a joke to some people.
Yeah, you can't. It would just evaporate.
Well, that says something about the water where I grew up. So maybe that's. I burned it. It was smoking and not steaming. There was something left. Oh, dude, that's bad.
Yeah, that's not. Did you have a Brita or something to like filter your drinking water?
No, I drank that much. Wow, that's why I'm messed up. All right, your turn.
My next one is that I have only skipped school once in my life, and it was to watch a Lord of the Rings marathon that lasted 12 hours.
Nerd!
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd. I dressed up and everything.
Hey, I would skip school if there was like some sort of like Portal movie or
Okay,
something.
but here's the thing. It was in high school, and I had my mom write me a note. So technically...
So it's the parents' fault. You're blaming...
Yeah, well, I wasn't just gonna skip school. You don't do stuff like that.
Her parents are amazing, though. Like, they were
My
like your
parents
best
are the
friends
best.
growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I had friends growing up, but my parents were my best friends. Like, on a Friday night, my friends would be like, hey, what you doing? I'm hanging out with my parents. Like, I loved my parents. I still do.
They're awesome. You have awesome parents.
So my mom wrote me the note to get me out of school so I could go watch 12 hours worth of Lord of the Rings.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one, my mom is probably going to be very upset at me about. So, Mom, I'm very sorry, but hey, I'm alive. There's so many of these stories like this. When I was 11 years old, we lived in this big 2-story house. It used to be like a schoolhouse or like something like that. It was this huge old house, right? I used to climb up the side of the house to get to the roof. And I'm talking a big 2-story house.
Yeah.
And every time I was like alone, I would be up there. And I mean, every time, like after school, I'd come home and I'd just go up there and I'd sit and I'd look around. There are so many times I could have actually died.
Well, yeah.
Because I was on top of that roof.
House.
If my mom knew that, she would have killed me. And I wonder sometimes if she... No. My mom definitely didn't know because she would have kicked my butt.
How would you, like, if Chell climbs up on the top of our roof? But not on the porch part, the other part.
No, I couldn't do
Right?
it. I would be I would be livid. Mom, I'm so sorry. Whatever, I didn't get caught. So kids, don't do that. That's such a bad thing.
That's scary.
I mean it. I could
How
have died.
would you climb up the house? Was there like an arbor that you would like climb
No,
up?
we had, so where we lived, it was out in the country. We had an antenna. It was just a metal antenna that would go straight up the side of the house, and I would scale the antenna. And that's scarier because you know those antennas are barely holding on by like little screws.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's but I did it, and that's how I did it. One time I got my brother to go up there with me, and he said, "This was stupid. I'm done." And he didn't go back up. It was just one time. And he was like, "I can't do it. I'm too afraid." I had no fear. I still don't. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your turn.
Okay, I just thought of one. Just now.
Okay.
This is kind of TMI, but hey, every time I am at a store like clothes shopping and I go to the dressing room to try on clothes, once I get in the dressing room, like hang the clothes up and lock the door, I immediately have to pee. Every time, without fail. It's like the most random thing ever. Immediately I have to pee, so I'm like, So I, like either hold it or I get the clothes, open the door, put them back in the cart, go to find the bathroom, go back to the dressing room, hang the clothes up, close the door, and then I still have to pee a little bit, so then I just hold it and whatever, move on.
Oh my gosh. This one, I don't know if I've ever said this on the internet. And this is a TMI one. It's also said, I've said this on the internet, so some of you guys might know about this. I may have told you about this. Oh God. I pooped my pants at my friend's funeral. That's as.
This is a story and a half.
Okay, this may be
Yeah.
too long for this vlog, but hear me out. It's kind of sad, but also it's funny all at the same time. My friend, who was very, very close to me, died tragically in a car accident. He was
Yeah.
really young, and long story short, we were at his funeral, and I really had to use the restroom. I mean, I don't know what I ate, but
Why, yeah, did
something
you, like, go
inside me
somewhere?
didn't agree. Yeah, so I went to the restroom in the actual place, right? And the men's restroom was gone. The toilet was gone. The sink was ripped out. It's like they were redoing it, remodeling it. I was like, oh my gosh! So I had to go into the women's restroom. So I went next door to the women's restroom. It was locked, and there were two girls in there. They were like giggling and laughing and something. And I don't know why you'd be doing that in a funeral home or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my gosh! So I waited
So these
and I
like
waited.
one stall restrooms, like one person
Yes.
at a time. Okay.
Yes, one toilet. So these girls are in there doing their thing. And so they took the longest time. And so finally they came out. I'd already done it. I did that outside. I mean, I was just outside with my friends, and that's when it happened. Oh, and not to mention, when I was walking to the bathroom, everybody was trying to hug me because they felt so sorry that I was the one that found him, which is also
Yeah.
another thing that's very tragic. But remember,
You were a firefighter, yeah?
I was a
During that time?
firefighter, and that's one of the big reasons. But anyway, so that there was already that, and so these girls come out, and that was at a time in my life where I was like, oh, pretty girl. I kind of sat up a little bit, but not because I was trying to, whatever.
Well, you sat up because you were pooping yourself.
Oh, there was that too. I mean,
Squeeze
but
it
it
in
was
there.
still, no, I couldn't squeeze it. It was still going. And again, I'm sorry for this TMI story, but this is real. So I get in there, and it's a disaster. I mean, a complete disaster. I am
A pants
bad,
disaster.
so bad. I take everything off at this point. I just strip
You're
down,
just like-
and I still have to go. And before I could get everything off, it was like I missed, and it got worse.
You went to the bathroom before you were sitting on the toilet?
Yes, I
sprinklered
sprinklered.
it?
Remember that one restroom we saw in the middle of nowhere, and
Yeah,
there was this
side
one-
story. We were driving, where were we
This is
going?
gonna be
Seward or
typical.
somewhere?
Yeah.
We were going to Seward, and we stopped at this rest stop on the way. Beautiful scenery. I mean, absolutely
Oh,
gorgeous
cut to the
rest
chase.
stop. Okay, Corey goes to the bathroom, and he opens the door, and apparently there's just like
Okay.
everywhere.
Imagine somebody having
Everywhere.
the worst explosiveness they've ever had.
But
It's
in,
like
like,
it's like they
this
did a
position.
swirl. Yeah, it's like they just did a sprinkler like that, and then they just laid flat down and just let it go up. Like it was on the ceiling, and I don't even know how it got there. Anyway, going back to the story that I was going to tell
When
you
you
guys.
did that.
When I did that. There was no toilet paper. The only
No,
thing.
there was no toilet
No
paper.
toilet paper. The only thing I had to wipe up, clean up with, were the things, the toilet things.
Oh yeah, the sheet. The
And I
sheets
used
that
a
go on the
bunch of them,
toilet
but
seat.
they don't do very well.
But wait,
and then
so-
I used my socks because
You
I had
used your
yes.
socks?
Well, nobody could see, so I used my socks, and then I'm like, okay, and I was still a mess. It was bad. It was because it was still gone. I was all the way down to my shoes, into my shoes. My socks were already done. So I tried to clean up in the sink. At this point, I'm taking up too much time. I've obviously been gone for a while, and so
I have a question.
yes.
It's a women's restroom. Do you remember if they had one of those, like, ladies, how they have the thing on the wall that has, like,
It was a toilet and a sink.
Oh.
It was no
Because
different
if you
from
had
the
a lot
men's.
of quarters, you could have gotten a bunch of things.
That's one way to clean up. But yeah, so anyway, I get my stuff back on. Oh, and not to mention, I flooded the toilet. It was flooded because of all the things that I put in it trying to clean myself. The hand towels, that's right, hand towels. I tried to clean myself up with hand towels, and there was no containers, so I tried to throw the hand towels in there. And the hand towels clog up the toilet and everything else.
You're not supposed to flush those.
So I left. I got out of there, and I told my friends, I said, hey guys, I gotta go, bye. And as I'm driving home in my Jeep, my then girlfriend goes, what's wrong with you? I said, I pooped myself. And it's terrible. And I was still doing it. And it was, no. And my jeans were then stuck to my butt.
What did she do?
Laughed at me the whole time. All right, moving on. There's a story that maybe some of you guys don't know. Why did I share that one? Oh, God. Okay, your turn.
I used to be a vegetarian. And much to my parents' dismay, I decided one day, I came home and said, I am a vegetarian. And it was like 2 days before Thanksgiving. And it was the big reunion, and so they were just like, what is this girl going to eat? Because I'm from Oklahoma, and everything has meat in it. And I lasted almost a year, and the one thing that broke me, McDonald's hamburgers. Of all things, that was the thing I needed. McDonald's hamburgers. That's it.
Interesting. Did you have the fries with it on the side?
I don't remember. Probably.
If she skipped the fries, that'd be just
the
like
fries
totally.
are the best, but that cheeseburger I needed it.
Yeah. All right. This one again. This isn't so much TMI. This is real. This is really me. What am I gonna say? I still enjoy this. I love running without clothes on in extreme weather. I love it. It's
all
the best.
Of extreme
all
weather?
types. I've ran through cold. Actually, I did it in a Speedo with you.
Yeah,
Which
'cause
isn't
we did
actually
it
that
in
was
a
on this.
vlog.
It was in a vlog,
Yeah.
so you guys know that. There was one time I did it totally in the nude, out in the middle of nowhere in the desert. Just run. I just beeline, just go, and just let it all happen. Because here's the thing. I love nature. I love the way things feel.
True.
I love the extremes, right? So what better way to really experience the elements than with all of your skin? All of it. All of it. Just get it all in. Feel the heat and the burn of the sun in places you're not used to.
2 questions.
Yes.
Would you wear shoes?
No.
Okay.
Well, that just takes away. Again, that's the... And to your point, I know where you're going. When I was running through the cacti, right? Cacti or cactuses?
Cacti, what?
Yes. That terrible idea. Like, I didn't get sunburned like I thought I would. I got lots and lots and lots of needles because the cacti, the needles don't just stay in the cactuses. Cacti. The cacti.
Why wouldn't you pick a part of the desert that was just bare and sand?
Bare and sand, because in Arizona there's no just bare and sand. They have like cacti here and there. And regardless, there's all different types of plants with needles and stickers, and the ground was hot.
Question number 2. Would you,
Yes.
if I can arrange it, be willing to do the polar plunge?
In just a Speedo?
Forget the Speedo.
I would do it. It doesn't
And
matter
just a
in the
Speedo.
polar plunge. To be fair, it's actually a lot easier to do it that way than it is with clothes on, because at
True,
least
the water gets in there
Yes.
and like weighs you down.
at least you can get all the water off quicker. When you do a polar
Yeah.
plunge in water that's freezing, you're gonna feel it, all of it. It gets through, it seeps, and then it stays.
Yeah.
So sure, that makes it easier for me.
Yeah. I don't know if he's saying this so I won't arrange it, or truthfully.
No, truthfully. that, by the way, is the closest I've ever been to being an actual woman. Polar plunge. Hey, when it gets cold, it's... All right, moving on.
I am allergic to cats. Yep, all cats.
How are you allergic to cats?
They make my nose runny, my eyes itch, my skin. I'm allergic to cats.
That's why I always get extra. When I kiss her, sometimes she leaves the little things on my...
That's a bonus thing you don't know, because whenever we kiss, there's always a little bitty bit of snot just right there.
We always call that extra.
The
Extra.
extra love.
Yeah. Maybe that's
Oh my
what it
gosh.
is. That's why you give me
Maybe.
extra.
I'm also allergic to dogs, but not as severely. But I'm not allergic to Penny anymore because I've been around her enough. And the cats, same thing. I'm not as allergic to them anymore because I've been around them. But when we first met, those cats were hard for me to be around.
Well, you did well.
I didn't show
You
him.
did good.
Because I liked him.
Okay, this is a random one. I don't think you guys know this one. I get car sick, and when I'm saying car sick, it's like, please, I need to. It's like if I can't see out a window, I'm gonna barf. I mean, it's bad.
True story.
This came from, and I don't know if this is exactly where it came from, but a long time ago, I was with my family, my parents, and we were going up this really steep mountain, and they had me, my stepbrother and sister, in this camper.
In the back of the truck,
It was on, I'll be honest, it was very unsafe and scary. And this camper that was on the back of this pickup truck started coming off the back of the pickup truck because the incline was so much. And so we were moving, and it freaked me out so much that we couldn't see out. And then just
yeah.
A lot of things. But anyway, so that's why you guys see me driving all the time. Anywhere we
loves
go
driving.
anywhere, I love driving. Or I've got to be in a front seat. I hate being stuck in the back, and I feel so bad when I tell people, hey, can I have the front? But luckily, because I'm tall, I usually get the front seat.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, my feet, these big feet, typically don't fit in back seats.
Can we just... Yep.
That's a good comparison. All right, moving on.
When I was in 3rd grade, cheated at the spelling bee.
Okay, I gotta hear this one because I don't know this story.
So it was the spelling bee, and my word was create, and I spelled it CREAT. Create. And then the teacher got like distracted by something, and so like someone asked a question, so she turned around. She didn't really hear me spell it, and all my friends were like, "There's an E on the end. There's an E on the end." And so she's like, "Kristen, sorry about that. Please spell create." So I said CREATE. She's like, correct. And so I got to move on to the next round. But as they were going, like as all the other kids were going, I started feeling so guilty that I misspelled the next word on purpose, and so I got out.
Aw.
I felt so
You are the
bad.
sweetest person in the world. I love her.
You shouldn't cheat at things.
Oh my gosh. All right, so this one's just random. I was actually raised by a Mexican family until I was 10. When my mom got married, we ended up moving away. But my godmother, I was basically raised in a Mexican family where the guy that I call dad, my half sister's biological father, Larry, he was Mexican, and so the family really took me in. And so early on, I spoke Spanish, not like fluently or anything like that, but I understood Spanish and all that stuff. But that is actually what helps me to speak other languages, because when you're young and you're speaking other languages, when you're young, you're bilingual, then it helps you speak languages later on. But anyway, yeah, I was raised by a Mexican family, and I loved it, and that's why I love burritos. It's not the only reason. I'm just saying, they made great burritos.
Are awesome.
Burritos and
yeah,
chimichangas.
they made... This is the reason I don't cook a lot of Mexican food, because he knows the legit, what it's supposed to taste like. I do not.
Yes.
All right, my next one is that I have 2 bachelor's degrees. I went to school for psychology at Oklahoma State and graduated with that. And then I later, I took a year off to decide what I wanted to do and decided to go back to school and got a degree in engineering. So if you need a bridge built or someone to talk to you about your problems, I'm your gal.
And what's really cool too is you went to 2 universities for that.
Yes. So my engineering degree, I went to the University of Houston down in Texas. So.
Yep. So U of H. She didn't just go to Oklahoma State. She's big, and the Cowboys, go Pokes, and all that stuff. But
the Cougars, they're there too.
They're killing it this year.
Luckily,
Football.
they don't really play each other. That's my only saving grace.
Except that one time, didn't they play OU?
Yeah, they played OU.
This year they killed OU. Okay, sorry, Oklahoma.
It was awesome.
I'm into this stuff because she is, but it's fun.
And I love you for it.
Okay. Oh, so this one I'm really fun of. This is great.
I'm very proud of this one. You should be.
Yes.
This one's awesome.
So I used to love Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead was my game. I loved anything Valve, anything made by Valve. This Portal was made by Valve. I love this game so much that I was on the 2nd best team in the world. We were ranked with Major League Gaming on GameBattles.com, and so we were 2nd place. But anyway, that.
Nerd. How do you like it?
I'm a nerd. I
We're
love
together.
my video games.
Here's my question.
Yes.
How many people are on a team?
4.
4. Would you all play in one room together? Were you all from the same place?
No, we weren't even from the same place. That's the thing. The number 1 team, all the people were in the same area. But on my team, these were just people that played and were like, whoa, you're good, let's do something. And so we got together and we ended up meeting in real life.
Yeah.
Our team, we met at these other expos and stuff. But we were legit, man. I would say we were the best team for not knowing each other in real life.
Right.
We were just solid. I am a darn good sniper. And when we played Left 4 Dead, I was the best at being a smoker and a hunter. I could just nail 25s forever. You don't know what that means, but
A smoker.
no, a smoker like
hunter.
that's smoker. I gotta get right into that game. All right, next one.
My next one is that my parents thought I was going to be a boy and my name would have been Andrew. So, hi everybody, I'm Andrew.
I don't even want to say what my name would have been. Do you know what my name would have been? It's terrible. If you know what my name would have been, leave a comment down below. I've said it before, but I'm not going to say it again. No. No.
I'm not saying they have to read lips.
Just, moving. Last one. Okay, this one's going to be a shock to a lot of you guys out there. I never, ever wanted to have pets. No cats. Didn't want a dog. I didn't want anything. No birds, nothing. Not even a lizard.
Hamster?
Not even a hamster.
A parrot.
The only reason that I have Sparta and that I have Loki, before you, of course, is because it happened. It just happened. They stole my heart. Here's the whole reason. When I was younger, I had this dog. His name was Smokey. And he was the sweetest dog. He was so smart. To me, he was kind of like a brother. And he died of tetanus. Like he stepped on something and it got him really bad. So he died like really young. And I wasn't ready for it. He died the day after my birthday. My mom actually held him off dying because she didn't want him to die on my birthday. And the last time I saw him, he still loved me and he still cuddled up with me. He had this weird face because when dogs get tetanus, they have a strange face. But I remember that. And I was so hurt by Smokey's death that I was like, I'm never going to get an animal. And plus, I don't like cages. I don't like the feeling of having something that can't go out and live freely and stuff like that. And so, but then there was Sparta, and then there was Loki. And along came with you, Penny.
That's right. I forced you into her.
And I love them. But then after they're gone, that's it. No more. I'm
and then
done.
there's going to come a cute little girl who says, Daddy, can we get a puppy?
No. I can't get attached anymore. I'm done being attached to animals because animals, I love them, but
I know, it's hard.
But okay, when my boys pass,
That would be a
I don't want to think about it. I don't like. Okay, moving on. I'm already getting emotional.
Okay,
This is why.
My last one is that I did not know who Corey was when we met. Like, he's been on YouTube forever, right? He made tons of videos. I didn't know who he was.
And I love that about you.
But come to find out, I had seen one of his videos before we met. It was the Harlem Shake video.
Yes. And you
guys remember the Harlem Shake when everybody was doing that? I was obsessed with that, and I was like, I'm gonna look up all these Harlem Shake videos. And I remember seeing this video of this dude in a red shirt. It was like just him, and then the music started, and there were like tons of just hims. Like he was just all over the screen doing the Harlem Shake.
How about this? This is a complete coincidence, and I mean huge. And I didn't mean to do this on purpose. This is the shirt that I wore during that video.
Is it?
It's not quite red, it's like salmonish, but this is the shirt that I wore during that video.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What did you think of that, by the way? Did you watch the whole thing?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing.
She didn't watch the whole thing. Did you like it at least? Did you?
Yeah, there was a Harlem Shake video. I loved all those videos.
She didn't watch the whole video. Anyways, guys, this is us just getting us to know. You know what? Tell us something about yourselves that we don't know. Actually, just tell us something about yourselves because we would like to get to know you guys more.
An interesting fact.
There you go. Good. A very interesting fact about yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Saying goodbye to sunshine, saying goodbye to warm. Heading to Alaska where ice will be the norm. So much to see, so much to do. And the best part